I think I clicked the right button. Did I click the right
Can
button?
I roll a medicine check to fix Mommy Rena's hand?
Ew.
Let me
Call me that. Why?
Let me rub it for you.
Why? No. Oh, God. Oh, no.
I'm going to do it. I'm rolling.
Queen Rena,
Oh, my God.
mommy of snakes.
What is he rolling for?
They could just be mommy of reptiles, but you know, that's fine too.
Okay.
Is it too close to mother?
No,
of
I'm going to
dragons?
see Gwen.
Okay.
But Ophios wants to see Gwen.
No, you
Stupid
don't.
Elijah.
No, you don't.
Oh boy. I'm dumb. I keep occasionally looking at my my phone, so I'm just gonna do one of these.
Dad.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm curious about
God,
things
it's
that
fucking
aren't
irresponsible,
existing. So
okay?
let's go. Let's go. My phone was thrown across the way.
We're actually here for an intervention, Scott. You have an
Yeah.
issue with technology?
We gathered you here today. to
I
talk
think during this
about-
pandemic, all of us have an issue with technology, but that's beside the point.
I agree. I have
God.
an issue.
The issue is that you stress eat it with candy when we try
And
to
ice
sit you
cream.
down and talk to you.
Here's
about
the real
things.
intervention.
Here's the real intervention. It's a sweets problem.
Big
Bro,
gallons,
you have no
the
idea.
gallons of ice cream I've
It's-
seen you eat.
Yeah,
Literal gallons.
yeah.
Can you send me some of that candy? Because I don't have any.
Oh, I meant to grab candy.
No.
I had a Snickers bar and a lemon.
I'd
bar
rather
left.
buy you candy off of Amazon.
And it
It'd
felt
be
like
cheaper
a
than trying to
heifer.
send you the weight of candy.
If I open my P.O. box, will you send me candy?
I recently said
Rather get your candy
We'll
off-
send it. We'll send you candy
Don't recommend
on the fifth week of November.
Fat.
Sorry.
So anyways, they're going to see Gwen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Nope. That way.
Okay, I'm going to do a Sudoku while you guys
Alright.
are doing that.
So, you guys actually don't have to go anywhere because Gwen's coming to you. Remember?
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
not in the same place. We could go elsewhere.
Yeah. You can go to like
I
the
would bring
bedroom.
you to, yeah, I would bring you to my quarters in the castle, I guess.
That's
Oh my
fine.
gosh. I know what's going to happen. She's going to bring you to the quarters in the castle. They'll have a little bit of RP with one another. And then she's going to look at how bad the hand hurts and be like, you know, I could help you with that. And she's going to offer to massage it. But then she's going to roll for the massage check. She's going to get 3 fucking of the same number. It's all going to be 6s. So she's going to roll a 32. She's going to be like, oh, with my 6 cent points, I'm going to press flirt. Rena's going to fail the flirt check. And then all of a sudden she's flirting with you and Rena falls for her. I know what's going to happen here.
Next thing you know, you're
And
getting
they're
bathed in the
bathing.
morning, baby.
Yep. Then she's bathing
Then
you in the
Ophios
morning.
shows up.
We know what's
What is
happening here.
this?
All of us have thought about it, okay?
And then Ophios becomes the stepchild.
Doc, do you see
Costello.
this? Do you see this? They're strategically trying to do this.
They are objectifying us.
That's not true.
And
we're
that's
gonna
probably
do it
okay
anyway.
since I objectified Jake
Yeah.
earlier.
Well, no.
Yard.
I just know what Chrisellen would do, and I just know that Rena has a terrible will save. That's all.
Hey, that's a different campaign, bud.
Sorry, I had to put my flirt filter on.
Flower.
All right.
You're all quiet. Okay, let's go.
Doxy, you bring her upstairs. The two of you can spend some time. It's all good.
I would keep pressing about what happened with Gwen.
Oh, sure.
Why we don't like Gwen.
I
Gonna
think
ask
she
me?
actually knows.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, Kithil didn't know, but I think she actually does, so.
I know.
Phrase it to her,
I
Doxy,
would-
so she has something.
I would say, really, really, I can tell just by looking at you that you've had a rough past few days. I need you to know that I've had a rough past year. And this is going to sound terribly spoiled, but I am used to finery. I am used to living in luxury. And last night I slept in twigs amongst the undead. I would really find just a little bit of comfort knowing what I am walking willingly into.
Is that how your journey's been so far? Would you say that's the worst thing you've done or had to deal with?
No. I'm just telling you about why I'm cranky today.
Oh. That's fair. Well, been a long couple of, I don't know how long it's been, honestly. Years, months. It all blurs together at this point.
I would take your good hand and I would be like holding it and listening and trying to comfort you.
She'd be a little like standoffish at first, but then she'd kind of relax. I mean, not long ago I thought, well, I actually thought Ophios was dead. For a while. And then I found him again. And then I lost him again. I know that doesn't really make any sense.
And you don't have to give me the specifics of that. I know the torture of losing someone. And having to go through that twice. And then the upswing of finding them. And I imagine finding them different. That can't have been easy on you.
I just don't really know what I'm doing. If I'm being honest.
None of us do.
But Elijah, he's a good man. He's been there. Sorry, he distracted me.
Nessie, you're a fucker.
I made the mistake of looking. I should have
I'm
looked.
so confused. How have I been distracting you? Have you seen what these motherfuckers have been doing?
I look up and I see you.
Have you seen
You
anything of
move
what they've
your
been doing?
whole body. They're just putting on filters.
Does this trigger anybody? Like,
You left shark over there.
It's pretty upsetting that the mouth and nose are not covering your nose. Yeah.
Why isn't it covering your whole face? Like, what is
That's
the point
such
of
a
that
good
filter?
question.
Wait, is
Scott's
it-
feeding the birds. Hey,
is
don't
it
feed
like
the wildlife.
in your body and the fin is sticking out of the top of your head? Did it-
When he opens his mouth, the
They-
fin lifts up as well.
I see you.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
oh, that's creepy.
Oh no, I'm green screened out.
All we see are the eyes and the mouth.
And now we've started the second podcast hour of Thronekeeper.
He's the couch. The couch is hungry.
Oh,
Go back to
God.
it, Messy. It was beautiful.
Let me-
Okay,
Oh,
get
that's
back to
fine.
it, Rena. It was
Okay,
beautiful.
yeah, as he's a shark over here. Elijah's helped out a lot. He's a shark. Okay, anyway.
He's aggressive. He won't stop swimming. He walks and sleeps at the same time.
It's weird. It's so weird.
He keeps eating fish.
So many teeth. Oh my goodness.
Keeps losing them. I don't know what it is. Some
Wait a
sort of health
second.
problem.
Baby shark.
Oh. What? Oh my god.
Doxy's sus.
There's an imposter.
That's
among us.
disturbing.
It's so disturbing, dude.
Smile.
That's so fun.
That is so awful.
That's pretty bad.
I wanted to kick him from the call, but it would mess up everything.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
All right. Let's get serious now. All right.
Okay, done now.
Anyway, yeah. It seems like our paths have crossed inadvertently here. How do you know Kethel?
I've only just met him.
Oh?
Hi.
Yeah, he's really nice, actually.
I'm
good guy.
quite touched with the lengths he will go to make me more comfortable.
He's inherently like that. Which is
I
why
could read a book faster than he could say a sentence, but I like him.
that's why I trust him. And I imagine you're gonna ask me about Gwen again.
That's what I'd like to know.
Well, it's not exactly my information to share.
Oh, but we women do love gossip, don't we?
Oh boy!
She says it very
Are you gonna
sarcastically.
persuade? Are you gonna persuade me? Can we roll for that?
She's trying to charm you by being
Oh.
sarcastic.
No, that was some fucking great reverse psychology. I won't lie, Doxy. That was like.
We do love our gossip, don't we?
I swear to God, that was dripping with sarcasm in Chris Ellen voice.
Oh, okay. So
It
she was
was-
being sarcastic.
It
Come
was
on,
heavy.
Rena. Your kids being taken care of. You finally got a free night. Go wild.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna gossip with the girls.
Is there wine in my room? I might pour some.
Yeah, I imagine we're drinking.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind there being wine in your room.
I'm afraid I don't have my oil,
stock.
so I can't comfort you physically, but at least
Can't?
a little social lubrication.
If you pour her a glass, she will take it.
I will.
Thank you.
Girls can't say fucking anything on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, well, if she knows Elijah, and they didn't exactly have the best interaction in the past.
Are they exes?
I thought so too. But no, that's not the case.
Are they rivals?
I don't know what I would call her, but she's. Let's just say if Elijah asked me to, she would not be around.
Did she double cross him?
I suppose it's more. I suppose it's less of what she did and who she's associated with.
That's very intriguing. Does she know you?
She does. Not very well. She knows what she needs to know.
Does she have a similar disdain for you?
Does not seem like it.
Well, then that's good news on this night.
Like I said before, I don't think that she would try anything. She doesn't seem the type.
I could possibly even, and I pull out a makeup bag, disguise you a little, if you like.
Those shoulders are so friggin' beefy. She'd know. She'd be like, I know these shoulders.
I know these shoulders. My shoulders? Yeah? Okay.
What's your character's strength score?
It's high. It's
Pretty
18.
sure you got a pretty mean overhead press. I think you.
It's 18 with a 4
Yeah,
modifier.
you stand out.
Yeah, you're.
Wait,
you're noticeable.
did we ever revert it back after the bull strength, or is that
Yes,
just...
Yeah.
that's after the
Okay.
we did.
So that's the lowest value that it.
I mean, I imagine she'd recognize my voice.
You can disguise it. You just drop it down low like this. And...
She'd laugh at that. Well, I suppose I could try. It's more so I don't want Elijah to be in any trouble.
Well, we won't mention his presence then. We were split from him on the road. We'll be out of here tomorrow.
Well, it's worth a shot. And
Okay.
her eyes will widen a little bit and look at the bag that you brought over and say, so what did you have in mind?
I mean, if you want to play, we can play. And like, she'll just start like
Yes,
bringing
sleepover.
out makeup.
All right.
It is too dreadful that I don't have my oils on me. A bath sounds nice.
After what I've been through, yeah, it does.
I mean this in the most affectionate way possible. You look like you could use one. For the relaxing, not your...
I don't know what we did in between fighting the zombie fetus and
A day and a half.
now.
Remember, a day and change passed, so you definitely would have been able to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just avoid the hand.
Yeah, her crippled hand over here just.
Actually, she'll be like, and with all due respect, what happened there?
Actually, I fell on a very large piece of glass. Kind of in the middle of combat. Well, before combat, actually. It was tough to remember. I may have blacked out.
Was it magical glass? You're fucked up.
See, here's the thing. He fell on it. I did not pull it off right away. Elijah got most of the glass out, but we healed it over with a greater healing potion, and now it's kind of stuck like this.
You could say the glass was cursed.
Oh, you're in for some leeches, I bet.
What?
Yeah, they'll bleed you. It's gonna be gross.
Well, I've seen gross, so I can handle gross.
Ophios
I'm
is
gonna
often
go see
naked.
if I can locate some bath oils. You wait here.
Chris Ellen, you do know that time is going to be of the essence after, like, you guys are going to need to go. That's why they're getting you the fastest horses. So the issue is, like, if she was to take a bath, I mean, there probably isn't enough time for one, but not like a proper soak.
Didn't Kithel say that we would have to be here for a day?
No. It's a couple hours because he just has to go retrieve her and bring her back, and then she has to do her thing. The whole thing being only a couple of hours. So
I'm still gonna go try to find my new friend some bath oils.
you most certainly can, but it might be like a doggy bag to go. You know?
Okay.
Which, hey, listen, that might be valuable. You know?
We'll bathe on the road. It'll be fine.
Why is there slime?
Moving on.
Don't touch it.
So anyways, you come back with the bath oils, kind of discussing whatever blah, blah, blah happens. But then eventually, you know, or sorry.
I'll answer the door.
Kithel's standing there, a big beefy guy who obviously made out of rock or whatever in your way. And he says,
I have found Guinevere. She was just gathering some supplies from downstairs. She will be joining you in about a minute.
Would you like to come in for some wine, Kithel?
I have been much too distracted this past day. Many tasks and no one to do them. Secession and all. You get done what you need to. The horses should be prepared by now.
Kithel, I don't know how I'll ever thank you.
What you intend to do in the south is thanks enough.
I'll go in for a hug and see how he reacts, and if it seems like he's not into it, then I'll just pull back.
it's not that he's not into it. It's like one of those, you know, like you'd see it in an anime. Like one person goes in for the hug and the other one just kind of stands there. So it's not that he's not into it. It's just that like that kind of interpersonal communication is not something he's not accustomed to. It's not like he's awkward or rejecting by any stretch. It's just so it's like you go and you give him the hug, and like after like a second or so passes, he'll like place an arm around your shoulder, but it's like a slow reach around the arm on the around the shoulder, and then
hover hands around the waist with the other one.
It's like when you hugged me, Doxy.
What are you talking about? Whatever.
The first time at the airport, that's like when you hugged me.
Was I stinky?
No,
What?
I just am awkward with hugs when I first meet people.
You are also a full fucking foot taller
That's
than me.
true, yeah.
well, again,
Am
I
I
met Tyler.
awkward with hugs?
I tried to
No.
shake his
No.
hand, and he slapped
No.
my hand and gave me a hug, reached his arms around, grabbed me by my booty, and he goes, "Hey, big boy." And I was like, "Oh, Tyler," and he was
Scott.
like, "How about we go right upstairs to the room?"
Scott, you're
I was like,
confusing
"Oh,
your fantasy
Tyler."
with what actually happened.
Oh, that's right. Sorry,
Yeah, you
Well,
dreamt that.
sorry.
Yeah.
I am in Daddy's dungeon.
Got into my bed. You were like, "Oh, hey, big boy."
That is what you did to Doxy's bed, like right away.
I may have tried humping a pillow.
Wait, is Scott a cat?
Yes. That's why he doesn't like cats. It's because
Oh
he's
no,
a
no,
cat
don't make a
himself.
fuss about the cat photo.
Do I have the cat one? Oh, I do
Probably.
have the cat one. All right, fine. We're going to the cat photo, then we can keep going. Which one do you want? We'll go that one. You go that one. I'll do this one.
Tyler, you doing all right there, bud?
No, I'll do this one too.
I'm horrified by what Scott described.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, but I got it's not like you can get an entire cheek in your hand. My cheek's too big, baby. Come on now.
Not true.
I would
I got
look
a
to
big old
Rena
booty.
Mm.
and I would say, do you want me here for this examination?
Kithel walks away, of course.
Or do you want some privacy?
No, I mean, you can stay.
Okay. Let me know if there's any way that I can make you more comfortable. I open the door and I'm like, Gwen.
A very gentle
nice
knock
to
on the
meet
door.
you."
When the door opens up, you actually see a short, very lithe, a Maltese girl standing there. She's young. She's in her 20s, probably early 20s. She's very dainty looking. She looks kind of like mousy. Her arms kind of crossed in front of her. One hand holding the wrist of the other arm, and that hand's holding a bag that has some stuff inside of it. Her hair is long and straight, and she looks like really like a little bit concerned. When you open up the door, she looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're Chryselen."
I am Chryselen. Nice to meet you, Gwen.
Oh, it's nice to meet you as well. I've heard so many wonderful things about you. I thought I was helping somebody else out today. I didn't realize it was going to be you.
You are actually my companion, and I like give her a look like you're gonna be in for a shock, and I indicate, and I'm like, come in and taste the delights of Chryselen, and I pour her a glass of wine.
So you come in and she looks across the room and she goes, "Oh, hello, Rena."
Light kick on Rena's foot.
Hi.
But she doesn't even step in the
Thinking
doorway
she's
yet.
not
She's
feeling
even
very
walking
well
through.
at all.
Yeah. She says, Kithel told me that you might need a little assistance, that you
Or
injured
let me
your...
take that. And then, like, I grab her bag, and I'm just like trying to play hostess
okay.
and kind of overdoing it.
Just so you know, she does wear her hair, like I said, it's bone straight. It does cover like half of her face. You know what I mean? The straight hair, whatever that she has.
Shy anime girl vibes. I got it.
Oh yeah. And so she walks in slowly and says,
I thrust the glass of wine into her hand and I say, "Please drink."
I can't drink if I'm going to be using any magic, because
You can have a glass of wine, dear.
no, it's just, it could make things worse. I don't know. So
All right, then let's get to work so that we can make with the wine.
okay.
It's her hand. And I point to her hand.
I'll show her. Yeah.
She makes her way slowly across the room, and she kind of like, when you hold out your hand like all mangled up or whatever, like all the way it's like kind of contorted, and she like reaches out to go and like take your hand into hers, but it's like very slowly kind of reaching out to take your hands, being very like cautious about it.
She won't move.
I will take your hand and place it in her hand and say, "She fell on a bit of glass, healed it over with a potion, and now it looks like it might need leeching."
Oh, leeching. Oh no. This looks terrible.
Yeah.
She starts like kind of like looks at you like apologetically at first, and realizes she's looking at Rena, who's sort of glaring at her, and she like looks away, and she starts like massaging your hand and kind of like feeling it over, seeing with feeling it over to see like what's wrong. And after like a solid minute of doing that, she's like, "Oh no, this is really, really bad. Do you feel this?" And she like presses her thumb in there, and it's like a sharp pain.
She'll recoil then.
Not only are the tendons severed or removed, but I don't think all the glass is out either. For us to properly heal this, we're going to have to operate on it. I'm gonna have to open your hand up to remove a couple small pieces of glass, and
I assumed that's what we would have to do.
We're also going to have to reattach the tendons now. I can.
Harm anything if she has very, very much wine.
Oh, she can have all the wine she wants, but
I just pour wine into her mouth. I'm like, this is gonna fucking hurt.
I do have herbs that could help with the pain, though, and that might, it'll work with the wine, but the two of them together will have potentially side effects. So,
What kind?
Well, it's a kind of like a medicine that's derived from a seed that will help to.
Darling, the
alleviate
side effects, please.
You might have a degree of belligerence to you, a bit
Why?
drowsy. It can also be a little
Nobody liked it? Okay.
addictive.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
Let's stick with the wine, Rena.
If she says addictive, Rita might shoot you like a very quick glance, but look back realizing she reacted to it.
Yeah. It'll be very effective, though. It'll make you not really care that I'm doing the procedure because it won't hurt. But you know, it's going to be that combined with a few other methods that I'm using and some topicals and stuff. But I'm going to literally be cutting your hand open slowly and steadily, and I can't have you twitching or pulling away because it hurts.
The choice is yours. Rena, you look very capable, but I suggest the wine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really do
I
suggest...
just hand her the bottle.
Yeah. She'll just take it.
I think you
Wrap
should
her
take the
down.
milk. Okay. I'm gonna need your hand with this then, Chris, Ellen.
Sure.
And she like reaches into the bag and she pulls out a fingerboard. So it's more or less imagine like a plank of wood that you put
That
your
has
hand
the
in.
rings in it.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yep. And it's designed in such a way that it can kind of like tighten as it goes. So she loops your fingers into it, and then like I said, your hands kind of. So she has to be like, she's like, I am so sorry, and she starts tightening it to like straighten your hand out as she goes to the point where you're like, and you,
I
like,
take off my belt
you know,
and give it to Rena to bite.
She'll do that.
mhm.
Does that mean
what-
your pants drop?
My skirt, and no,
Okay.
the belt is merely a fashion piece.
Um,
I
there's
was
like
just
4
curious.
belts that are all fashion pieces as well.
That's I mean, that's fair. That's
Is it one of
fair.
those Santa belts that I always saw girls wear at the club?
Oh, the ones
Not
that
those
make
super
sure you
thick ones.
accentuate your curves? Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are like they can cover
This
your
is
whole
a-
thigh.
This is an
I had
accessory
one of
belt,
those.
Scott. It's not the same thing.
We've had this
that's
conversation before.
That's a very different purpose and form for that particular belt.
Okay, just making sure. Because
You
I
see,
always,
Scott, people buy clothes to look good. I know this is.
it never looked good. I would always point at it and say, I like Santa too. that was my line, because you know.
Someone wears thin belts that kind of swoop down because she has a very toned body because she works for it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. She works out all the time.
Yeah.
So you so she gets the thing kind of put on there, and when you're at the point where like you can't have your hand opened up anymore because how much it hurts, this is where she kind of has to start, because if she opens your hand anymore, it's just going to cause more damage because the little pieces of glass that are in there. At this point, she will take out topical ointments and whatnot and kind of like rub over the hand and get things kind of prepared and everything. And then she looks at Chrisellen and she says, things are going to get a little strange from here. We're going to have her sitting in a chair. This thing's going to be anchored to the desk over there, and she's going to have to stay as still as possible while I start cutting in. I'd appreciate it if I didn't catch a bottle to the back of my head, because then I wouldn't be able to finish the procedure.
I know what to do. And I'm like, Rena, and like I assist you in sliding the chair over, and then I sit in your lap.
Okay, there you go. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she actually will literally pull out a small blade that's extremely, it's not quite a scalpel, but a small blade that's hyper sharpened and so on and so forth. And she literally starts cutting into your hand. I need a will save, Rena.
Okay. Will save?
Wisdom.
Okay, thanks.
Should have took the drugs, baby.
Oh, I should have taken the drugs.
Ooh, she jumps
Yeah,
right.
I just want you to know that maybe somehow some daddies found their way into your pool of luck recently.
She actually has a bunch. Yeah. Yeah, she's good. So, yeah, you
14.
Oh yeah, you can't see it. You have to see it on stream.
Oh,
sure.
yeah, it's on
Yeah.
stream.
So, either way, you got a 14. The 14 total. I mean, the alcohol actually helped you to survive this well enough. I mean, again, tiered is going to be how the response goes. It is not a perfect response. Like, if
Sorry, your microphone sounds like you're in a underwater again.
It does this when I get too close to it for too long. Hold on, my voice changed. La 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 la. Am I back?
Sounds kind of.
You're gonna have to say more.
Yeah.
Hello, guys. How you doing today? You want me
It
to
is
cut
kind
you
of
open?
warbly.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. I just figured I'd tell you.
Try to. Hello. Do I sound better now?
Hello,
No,
hello
kinda
was
sounds
really
like you're-
good.
Yeah, the hello was good, and then it went marbly again.
Marbly? What do you mean by marbly?
He meant
Gargly.
warbly.
I meant gargly.
Oh.
All the
Margo.
Sounds like you're
All the
underwater.
argleys.
All right. It's just my hair now.
can barely see it.
Hello. Do I sound good?
So 14 was good enough, Rena. You're completely healed and gain 11.
You
Wait, gain 11. Hell yeah.
So Rita, you it's tiered thing. So you had a degree of success. You're able to hold still, but god damn it, does it hurt? And she keeps having to kind of like adjust and wait for you to like hold it still. Christelle has to kind of like hold you as well.
I have like one elbow on her arm, her other arm, and both of my feet planted firmly on her feet.
So so she's going through the procedure, so on and so forth, and finally she's able
The
to
other hand
slowly get
feeding
the pieces of glass and everything out. And after she gets that done, she goes, okay, this is where things are going to get a little bit more difficult. I need to cut deeper and find out exactly where things are severed so I know how to properly fix them. I'm not going to be able to do this without without some magic. She's saying this like slowly and very quietly while you're like in a lot of pain and drunk.
So do I hear it or no?
Oh yeah, you
Lots
hear it. You're
of
just
magic.
drunk
Let's
too.
make with the magic then.
I agree with Chet. We need a ride check.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
All right, hold on.
Was that a dex? Athletics?
It's me.
Animal
It's
handling?
Dex.
Don't
It's
worry.
Dex writing.
Chris Ellen's proficient.
Yet somehow I never roll above a fucking 12.
Yeah, that seems to be just it's, you know what I think it is? I think it's nerves. I think it's being in front of people.
I'm
Your
a wild
heart is
ride,
somewhere
Doxy. I don't know
else.
what to tell you. I'm sorry.
I mean, you
It's
still
true.
got
I do have
those
a girlfriend.
sweet stunt points.
You're only doing the job now. You're not putting in the extra work anymore. You know, you just
Doing what she's got to do.
That's true.
It's fair, I
You can't
understand
get your lady love out of your head. It's fair.
So you sitting on top of her or whatever it is she starts cutting in deeper. I need another wisdom save from you, Rena. I'm also after that going to need a Constitution save. You don't have your armor on, so your con is a little bit. Actually, you probably would have it on. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
no.
cover her hand.
Actually,
so.
having it on probably would be a good idea because it would help weigh you down.
She
So-
probably wouldn't have taken it off. I mean, I don't.
Well, you also
imagine
didn't
she
wake up
would've.
with it on. And you wouldn't necessarily put it on going downstairs for breakfast either. But you could have put it on in the interim. Doxy could have helped
Probably.
you. So anyways.
True.
Or Ophios could have.
All right, so anyways, roll your wisdom save, then your Constitution save, please and thank you. I always rolls in the fucking corner
Ooh.
where I can't see it.
There's a good one. It's an 18.
Yep.
15 roll.
It just always rolls behind things where I can't see. Ah.
13's not bad, but
Are you happy with that 13, Rena? You're fucking plus 8.
Fuck it. Luck it.
I don't know.
oh man,
Yeah,
that
you have
mod is
that.
so good.
You look,
not
you're on
thirsty.
Throne Keeper today. Fuck it, luck it.
I have
Okay,
water.
so she cuts in, does all this stuff, she gets everything ready. She's like, okay, just listen, I found all the spots. I just need to move them to the right location, and then I can...
Like if she's like between her stammering, if between all of that, she would be like, just fucking do it. Between like gritted teeth.
And she's like, okay, and she like reaches down into the bag, and she like pulls out like specialized like herbs and ointments and stuff like that, and she kind of gets everything ready, and she's like, Chris Ellen, I'm gonna need your assistance on this part. When I get things ready, when I have it, when I say now, I'm gonna need you to take a mixture and pour it into this. Oh gosh, there's so much blood. Hold on. She goes over and she
takes the poultice.
She fastens a tourniquet on her arm to like stop or severely slow down the bleeding, but also cuts the flow to the hand for a bit there. Like she is because it's just been like tightens the tourniquet, I should say, like a secondary one to help out. Anyways, and then she
that'll make you drunker.
And then she quickly like cleans out the wounds, gets the ingredients together, mixes it all up, cleans out the wound again, and then she gets together her equipment and starts literally moving stuff around in the hand, which hurts like hell. After a bit of time, she says, all right, Chris, now pour the stuff in. But because obviously you go there to pour the stuff in, you're going to be shifting your weight and everything away from Rena, your attention from Rena. I need Rena to roll me a wisdom save to not move or shift or anything during this point in time.
You have Winifred's
Last
wisdom
one I promise.
Oh. Rena, I was going to ask you if you had Winifred's wisdom.
I don't have Winifred's wisdom.
Can I give mine to Rena?
I could just look it again.
You can. You're able to hold it together well enough that it's fine. We get her booty sitting on you and pinning you down and whatnot. She kind of like holds her elbow slightly on there. She grabs this like mortar, the mortar and or pestle. I always forget which one the bowl is, but whatever. Pours the shit into your hand.
The pestle.
No, the bowl is the mortar.
Wait. Oh yeah, I did it backwards.
Either way, she pours the shit into onto the hand, and then she says, "Okay." Places her hands over your hands. And she starts saying in a Maltese incantation. She starts saying in a Maltese healing spell. It's not like the kind that Chrisellen does. Obviously, it's a different sort of healing spell that's designed to heal us up. And as she does this, as she's reading it, I need Chrisellen specifically to roll me an Arcana healing check.
Okay.
I think you have focus in that. I could be wrong.
Maybe. I have intelligence healing.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me check.
There's no Arcana on my sheet.
Oh, so it's intelligence, Arcana, and then there's various. Healing is something entirely different. So unfortunately, that would not necessarily help in this.
I'm the only one with Arcana school.
Okay,
knowledge.
so if she doesn't have the focus, because she can cast healing spells, so I wasn't sure. But that's fine. You can roll this basic intelligence check. That's fine. Are you happy with the result of a 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so nothing special comes out as that effect. You can clearly tell she's casting healing magic, but you already knew that anyways, right? You can just literally see it, so you can kind of like verify
But
that.
I would speak a Maltese, so I know what she's saying.
Oh no,
right?
it's not necessarily because Maltese isn't a language. It's Tesian, which is fine because that's not necessarily the concern of the word she's saying. It's you pick up the language, you pick up what it is that she's doing, so it's verifiable what she's doing. You just don't get the nuance of the magic. You don't understand deeper understanding. But I'm
gonna memorize it so that I can repeat it to Laszlo later and ask him about it.
That doesn't matter either. So you can repeat it to him, and again, it's all verified. You're good. There's more to it than that, but that doesn't matter. So, anyways, you so Daelric gave me a BJ the other day and it didn't change me at all. I got off scot-free. Charge me at all. Charge me. I was like, change me? Boy, oh, I'd change you. Hi Gochira. It's been a while. How you doing, buddy? Good?
Hey, Sean.
You're here for Doxy. I know.
Hey,
we
Sean.
all are. So, back to the game. She does this magic, and one of the things that you can notice is empathy check. Not you, Rena. Obviously, you're fucking distracted. Doxy, you can roll an empathy check, please, and thank you.
Yep, 1 sec. Sorry, I was making a note of repeating that to Laszlo because I want to know what I could have known.
Are you happy with your 15?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see that as she finishes casting the spell, like as she's at the tail end of casting the spell, it literally becomes difficult for her. Like she's a bit of a struggle to her. But again, you don't pick up anything beyond that. As soon as she finishes casting the spell, you can see she immediately like takes a few steps away from where she finished. She's like, okay, I did it. And she takes like a couple of steps away, like she's trying to make her way across the room over to where the bed is, but ends up like collapsing on the floor, most of the way over to the bed, as she like kind of like faints down on the floor over there. Obviously with a faint, she hits the ground with a...
Can I make a dex check to catch her?
You obviously with you between, because your focus isn't going to be on her as much as it's going to be on obviously your friend who just had her hand cut open. So with you looking at her hand and everything, you can see that there's little scars inside of it, but the scars could heal, could potentially heal over time, or maybe even your magics can finish healing those scars over time because you're going to be spending a little bit of time with her. But it looks like her hand looks fine, and so you honestly your character would be looking at her or whatever, not focused on, because you didn't roll very high on the perception for this. Wouldn't necessarily notice it, but you would definitely hear like and see her like collapse as she went down several steps away.
I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like looking at her hand and I'm like, oh my god, it's remarkable. I can't believe you. And then I hear the thud and I like look over and I'm like, forgive me, Rena. And I go and I attend to the woman who has fainted on the floor.
Rena, don't forget you're drunk. And your hand is still on that thing, kind of.
She'd probably be just face down on whatever, on the desk or whatever after Chris Ellen gets up, just sitting there.
Okay, back to you, Doxy. You go over, she's passed out on the floor. It's one of those things when you go over to her, you can see that when she went down pretty hard. She probably smacked her head too, but she's...
I will heal her.
Okay, sure. You can bloop that in chat really quickly.
Sure thing. 1 second. Do you want me to roll the healing check or just the spell?
The spell.
Okay.
Anyways, you you succeed with stunt points, which means you can cast it significantly. I think that's even more powerful. So hey, so you cast your spell and immediately she kind of like comes to. If she had like a concussion or something like that, you actually immediately heal it. She comes to and she's like, I'm.
When are you all right?
I don't know.
Well, please lie down. And I like point to my bed.
You help her up so she can lie back down.
I'm going to get her out of her constraints.
Yep.
You just relax for a minute. Have some wine or water. And I will get Rena out of the contraption.
Yep. So Rena, you actually like have full flexibility of your hand.
It's not healed over.
It's almost completely healed over. As I said, Doxy can deal with it in time, but you have scars and whatnot in it, but it is healed. You have full flexibility. It just hurts to move, but you're drunk, so.
It's fine. It's fine.
Nothing bad can happen when you move something that hurts.
I mean, I just deal with it.
That's what they always tell you in sports, right? Walk it off.
Let's walk it off, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm regretting it still.
I tried to do that, and then they took my shoe off, and it turned into a watermelon in like a minute.
I did that for 35 years. Now I'm wearing orthopedic shoes.
I tried to walk it off, and I fell face first because my kneecap wasn't where it was supposed to be.
My feet got swollen after a double shift at Olive Garden. What the fuck? How do people even do sports?
Oh.
Yeah, honestly, I got shin splints when I
double
was
shift at Olive
working
Garden?
like too long.
Restaurants, 16-hour shifts, 17-hour shifts. So I remember that. I'm done.
I don't want to talk about the stuff that I did in sports because I had both my hamstrings and my calves cramp up while I was in the water polo.
No, that's from the cheerleaders, okay? No.
Wait, what?
No, continuing. Go ahead.
You go ahead. I just
She
gave you
frees
all the
me.
cues.
I'm drunk.
Yeah, she's drunk.
Looking
She's
at my
moving her
hand.
around or whatever. She's lying on the bed, and she's honestly, it's one of those things where she lies down, like she says. When you finally bring your attention back over to her from helping her out, she's actually turned and rolled the other way, and she's lying there, kind of fetal position, with her back to you, lying on the bed.
All right. I'll say, Gwen, what can I do for you right now?
Nothing. There's nothing that can be done.
Food? Water?
No. There's
Do you want me to cuddle you and pet your hair?
No. It's nothing that can be done.
Would you like privacy?
I don't know.
I'm going to get Kithel.
She just kind of like sits there, and it's one of those things you can see. She's very clearly, like, it's one of those, I'm going to get Kithel, and you take like a half step back looking at her. You can see the way that her shoulders are moving, whatnot. She's obviously crying.
Yeah. Or I would be like, Rena, perhaps you would like to go get Kithel?
Me? Get Kithel? Well, I don't even know where Kithel is, but
I just
look
don't
at
want to
this.
leave them alone together. Fuck.
Look at this. Can
All
you
right.
see it? Wow.
Remarkable.
Wow.
I said that. I'll be right back.
Okay. Cool. Hey, I'm out of wine. There's nothing left. I mean, there's a little left. But... Anyway, bye, Chrisellen.
I'll be right back.
Thank you. Okay, I'll be here.
So you go and try to find Kithel. Kithel, after you spend like a couple minutes walking around, it's like, where's Kithel? Where's Kithel? I asked a couple people. Kithel's not in the castle. He's left, is what you're informed.
Okay. I need any friend of Gwen or colleague.
Friend or colleague of Gwen, hold on, let me think for a second. They're like, ma'am, Elliot's here. We can go and get Elliot for you if you'd like. He's not in the castle. He's down at the town hall. We can go and retrieve him. It'd probably take
Who's
about
Elliot?
Elliot, he's the... Help me out, guys. What position does Elliot have? Oh shit, it's been a long time. Chat, what position does Elliot have? Is he the Magister? I want to say Magister. Let's say
He's
Magister.
regent.
But
He's
not
regent.
Magister. He says, Elliot's the Magister.
At once. To my room, please.
He nods and says, of course. I know that you're a friend of Kithel's, but I don't know your name.
Chrisellen.
Oh, I'll let him know that Chris Ellen's calling. And he...
I'm in the lovely wooden well,
Yeah.
that one.
Rena, she's gone for several minutes. So you're sitting there, your wine's empty, and then eventually kind of your eyes will fall over and rest on, what's her name over there?
When?
Yeah, it takes you like a good 15, 20 seconds after you focus on her, like staring at her, with, I imagine, whatever degree of aggravation you have, and you realize she's on the bed crying.
What are you crying about?
She doesn't respond.
Am I talking to myself here?
Isn't a
Gwen?
response to that either. Oh, so you say Gwen? She says,
Yeah.
What?
Oh. So I'm not alone.
Aliens?
Aliens! Aliens! Oh, shit. God.
Wow, Josh.
She speaks.
She doesn't respond to that.
What's wrong, Gwen?
Nothing.
Sounds like something.
She takes a couple of seconds, steadying her breath, and then she kind of like turns, and she sits up in the bed. And she like finishes the full turn, so her legs are hanging off the bed, so that she's like facing towards you. And she says, "Nothing. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine."
You pushed yourself, didn't you?
She pushes off the bed because she's short, so it's literally one of those like has to drop her feet to the floor. She's human.
Aw,
just
can you
short.
relate, Scott?
No, my wife can.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, actually, more likely Josh, but you know.
Also,
He can't relate because he can't jump.
Listen.
Sorry.
Marina. We're just 5e's broken rules. Gnomes can jump over their own height. It's bullshit.
Listen, your vertical is like
Twice
3
my
inches,
height.
Scott.
It's my
Your
height and
vertical
then
is
some.
3
That's what.
inches.
That's what my wife tells me too, Tyler. It's okay. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So, she like hops down off the bed, so her feet are on the floor, and says, "Everything's fine. I'll be okay." And she makes her way across the room over to like where you are, but like not to you. It's because you're sitting next to the desk that has her shit on it, and she starts kind of like collecting it.
So I know a little bit about what you guys did.
She doesn't respond. She just continues collecting her stuff.
Did they do that to you too?
You can see there's like a moment where she like freezes up for a second, but then slowly and then gets back into the motion she was before, continues to collect her stuff. And at first she was putting it like cautiously, like cleaning things before she put them into her bag. Now she's kind of just like putting stuff into her bag kind of more rapidly. Like one of those, you know, don't properly clean it or reorganize it, just put it in the bag.
Look. I appreciate you helping me.
She, when she finally, like when you say that, she turns to you, looking at you and says, No, I'm just the bad guy. And grabs the rest of her shit, just kind of like sweeps it into the bag, and without even like properly closing the bag, just starts trying to walk to leave the room.
You're really leaving in that condition?
Said I'm fine.
I don't think you are.
I have research I have to do, things that need to get done, people that are asking for things. I gotta.
Do you think this is gonna make up for everything that you did?
She looks back at you and says, You don't know anything, Rena. You don't. You think you do, but you don't know anything. You couldn't even hope to. You don't know. You just don't.
Oh, I know Elijah.
Yeah, I do too. She doesn't turn back. She continues looking at you.
Love us, won't you?
Just go then.
She turns. She opens the door, and she opens the door to try to like leave. And as soon as she opens the door, it's like one of those as Doxy's character's walking right back in.
You'll sit and you'll wait.
No.
For a moment, somebody's coming to escort you. I can't let you leave like this.
I'm only
You
going...
know, as a healer, you know
you
that I can't let you leave like this.
Can you escort me? I'm just going, and she literally gestures across the hallway. She says, I'm just going to that room over there.
Okay.
And she shuts the door, but as she shuts the door, there's like a half glance over back at Rena, but then she kind of like shyly looks away and shuts the door and starts walking around like the U-shaped upper like balcony way that I've described beforehand in the castle with you. I don't know if you say anything as you walk or if it's a quiet walk.
I would say
it's like a 40-second walk.
I would talk to her. I would say, I don't know what the unpleasantness is between you two, but what you did in there was miraculous. I don't know why you started crying. I don't need to know. Just know that I really appreciate what you did for my friend.
There is no unpleasantness between that woman and myself. We had never met before recently, and her only judgments of me are the stories that she hears of her friend. And I imagine that they are one-sided and from a skewed perspective. And I have no ill feelings towards her. And you don't even know what happened in there.
Typically, when one doesn't have a problem with another, they don't refer to them as that woman. And you know what? Your feelings are okay. They're okay. You did a good thing. And if you want to vent your story, I will listen to you. I owe you a huge debt of gratitude. But if you don't want to talk about it, we can share a glass of wine and you can get some rest. Elliot will be here soon.
When she goes over to the door and opens it, you can see the door opens up to a small room that has like a round table in the middle of it that's strangely designed or whatever it is. It's just like a simple room in there. You don't really see any other doors or anything from at least where you're standing. There's no other doors or anything in there. She opens the door up so you kind of like see that over her shoulder because she's short. And she looks back at you and says, sorry, let me make sure. She says, you're a healer, right? The stories that I've heard about you are
Not
true?
to your magnitude by any stretch, but I solved your little...
She places one hand, like she was beforehand, over the other wrist of her bag that's not been properly sealed or closed or anything like that, but she holds it kind of like how the first door was open, and she looks at you and she says, in fact, you are now a far greater healer than me.
That's really sweet. That's really fucking sweet. Chris Allen doesn't say that. That was just Zero Doxy reacting. Sorry.
Yeah.
She just does the and like touched look at her.
And she says, this is where I'm going. That's all.
Would you like me to wait with you until Elliot arrives?
No, I'm fine.
Well, does this door have a lock at least? I don't want anybody to come up on you in a vulnerable state.
It's in fact the strategy room, meeting room. It's where the council gathers. Nobody will come in here without being asked. And she actually looks to a guard that's standing right next to the door. I don't point out every guard, obviously, but that's
Right.
next to the door. And he looks back and nods. She, of course, has clearance to get in here. So.
All right, and I will just point at my door and I say, she's probably going to be in there tonight for a while, but don't let it stop you to come over if you need anything.
I'll be fine. And with that, she'll take like a little bit of nod of appreciation to your kindness, and then she'll like go in and slowly shut the door.
And wait, I want to catch her eye and be like, Amulta.
She gives like a little quarter smile to that, but doesn't seem very.
She's just being polite.
Respond, yeah, kind of like
okay.
Yeah, like if somebody's like go Pats, and I'm like yeah, cool. So anyways, and shut the door, and leaves you in the hallway. I imagine you go back to Rena. Sorry to everybody else, but imagine you go back to Rena. This is actually super important for both campaigns. I don't know if you guys know this, but you go back to Rena.
Yeah, and I
know Josh knows, but I don't think anybody else does.
You find her, like, you come into the room and find her head back down on the desk, just hand open, just sitting there.
How are you doing?
Her head pops up. Oh, I'm good.
You'll be needing some bread. Some water.
You don't have any more wine? Yeah, it's okay.
Why not more wine? And I open another bottle.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ladies, you're supposed to be leaving.
So eventually, what's his name? Several minutes after you pour
She'll
that
chug
next
the
glass
bottle.
of
It's
wine,
fine.
what's his name? The door opens up and Elliot comes in. You met him once before in the library, very briefly. He comes in the door and says, hello, ladies. It's a pleasure to meet. No, he says, hello, ladies. A pleasure to meet you again, Chris Ellen, correct?
Yes, Elliot, thank you for coming.
I don't think Rena met Elliot before. So he looks across and says, Queen Rena of Momley.
She glares at him.
I just slack-jawed look over at you. I'm like, I just sat on your lap and offered you my belt to bite on? Stuff you full of wine? What? Queen Rena. Yes,
not.
that's her.
I'm not. You already know me. And to whom do I owe the pleasure?
Elliot's man. But I wasn't here for the two of you ladies. My apologies. Is Guinevere here?
She's in the council room waiting for you. Thank you so much for coming.
I have to ask a question.
Sure.
Did she perform a magical procedure?
Why?
It's simple yes or no.
And a simple answer, why?
Well, considering that she's in the employ of Valoran, it's something that we'd have to keep track of. You know, making sure that people are kept well rested, so on and so forth.
Excuse me for a moment, Your Highness. And I'll usher him out the door and shut the door behind me and be like, she's not going to be in trouble, is she?
Not in the least bit.
Okay, yes. She fixed my friend's very, very dead hand.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear that. Rena's important for what's happening in Paradel, so I hope she's doing well.
She started crying. She fainted, hit her head. I healed her with a little magic in case you need to know that. And then she sobbed.
Oh.
Is that a side effect of the spell casting?
In a way.
It's all fists and riddles with you people.
My apologies. We tend to keep a little bit stuff close. We tend to keep a lot of things close to the chest. It's a policy that I tend to be very disagreeing with in my position, but nonetheless, this particular story has nothing to do with our nation. It has to do with her. I
take the riddles over the fists anyway. It's fine. I am well versed in etching them myself. So, Guinevere she's across the hall.
He'll actually place a hand on like your forearm, like in a gentle way, not like a coming onto it.
I'll put my hand on his.
Yep, and say, "You're a friend of Kithel's. I understand, and Ravina's as well. So let me give you this bit of advice. If you're friends with Rena, you likely know Elijah. If you want answers, look there. They're not mine to give."
Appreciate it.
He nods and says, "I have to attend to her. Do you know where she went?"
Across the hall.
You gesture to the door. He goes,
"Room."
"Oh, I will have to go and find her then. Thank you."
Would you like an escort?
He shakes his head and says, "I'm sure I can find my way across the hall."
Okay.
And
then I step back inside.
He goes over there, and it's one of those things where you can actually, you step back inside, you actually hear him say to the guard, "How long ago did she come through?" And he's like, probably about 8 or 9 minutes. And he's like, "Damn." And goes in the door and shuts it.
What's Rena look like when I come back in?
Drunk.
Drunk, sitting in the chair, not really moving much. She's probably slumped over.
Okay, before you look over, Crisellen's gonna fall to one knee and like bow and
oh my god,
Majesty.
She turns back and looks at you. Stop, get up. It's not. I'm not. No, that's a joke. I
can't believe you let me sit on your lap.
I'm serious. It's not like people call me that. That sounds bad.
Do they call you that because you are in fact a queen?
No, I am not a queen. I promise. I'm nobody.
Well, I find your presence very regal.
I'm glad somebody thinks so.
In a kind of shockish, neat-headed sort of way. And she's just like teasing you and making small talk with you now. Waiting for...
Yeah, she's just kind of like...
further.
She'll explain, like, okay, so it all began, blah, blah, blah. Like, she'll tell you about how the nickname started. And then I was reading The Destroyer. They tacked on Queen of Snakes. I don't know why. That's what they call me.
Was there a lover? Was there a lover involved? You have to tell me if there was a lover involved.
Not yet.
Turns around and opens the door.
The boys are there. The boys are back
Oh,
in town.
what's
The boys
up?
are back
Hey,
in town.
look, my hand is fixed.
Please,
See?
here's.
Are you feeling up to riding, Rena? Very fast and away from specters and the like.
Who
Did I
you-
go
who did
stand?
you
I go
ask
to
that?
stand up.
Did you ask
Rena.
Orpheus or Elijah that?
No.
I asked Rena. that.
No.
Wait,
She asked
what?
me.
Yeah.
I go to stand. I guess I'm still a little tipsy. She wobbles, but she's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I can do this. She wobble.
Perhaps we ties hers to saddles.
She'll be okay. Imbibing is no problem for nobility such as Queen Rena.
Queens, Renas.
She just laughs.
He walks
But then
over
she'd
and just
look at-
looks at her hand. Ophios is just looking at your hand.
Yeah, she'd show you. It works again.
That's goods.
What's Elijah? What does he look like?
Old.
He's kind of annoyed.
He looks annoyed. She'll turn to Chrisella and say, all right, let's get going then. A little bit more serious.
Who pissed on his hardtack?
Imagines perhaps sneeze?
Bladder control will come with time, big guy.
What?
Nothing. Let's ride.
You guys go downstairs onto a horse and you are able to do the riding thing with the horse. It is a fast horse. It is
Should I do a
smooth
real
horse.
ass riding check for a horse right now?
We all want to see you roll 3 ones. I'm not calling that.
I've done it.
I'm not calling that. I'm going to call 2 ones.
It's happened in this campaign.
I think she's gonna roll higher than she has in a while.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I almost got it.
Oh no.
Exactly the same. As always.
A 12.
Does everyone want to roll their riding / animal handling
Oh
check?
god. Okay.
Rena, disadvantage. You're very drunk.
I know.
Boy, I have to
Can
pee.
I assist her somehow, though?
No, you're barely
Ophios
holding on
ties
yourself.
into the saddle. Ties Rena to the saddle. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I'm very good at disadvantage
Why
rolls.
should
That
Yes,
is
disadvantage
Arcana,
ever.
not animal handling. That was not a. All right, there's my animal handling.
Well, that was
Oh,
pretty
good.
good. Yeah, you 96'd it. Anyways, and who's the last one? Oh yeah, Messy's always late. That's why I call him Tardy Cat.
Tardy cat.
Just really
I
don't
feel
want to
like I
roll
gotta
this. Okay.
He says he doesn't want to.
Elijah like jumps from the ground onto the horse and goes, yeah.
Elijah
like,
is the
goes
king
around
of
all
riding.
cool. We're like, what the? Okay, show
Look,
off.
Elijah is trying to get away from someone right now.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
like, let's
an
yeet
expedited
retreat,
journey,
bro.
alright?
Have you guys ever watched
Go.
like Circus Soleil? He's like
Yeah.
standing.
He's standing on the horse.
He's standing on the saddle. He has a stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already had it planned out. If I rolled a 1 and my horse broke its leg, I was gonna be like, Rena, could you go get Gwen again? I'm gonna go stay in the woods for a half hour and I'll come back.
No promises on how she comes back.
The ride is the better part of a day, so I imagine Doxy, you're gonna want to take this opportunity to talk to Elijah because you were told he's the one that has answers.
I'm
And
not gonna
Rena's,
press
Rena's
him
too
today.
drunk to really.
He's already annoyed. She knows better.
Yeah, but I can't buffer right now, so if
Yeah,
this would be your
this
chance.
is literally your opportunity. Without,
Oh.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'd say, so Gwen told me some interesting things about your past.
I want to talk about it.
Okay. Just know that I have her version of events, but not yours.
That's good.
Is that all we're getting, Messy?
That's it. He's riding a horse.
I start to try to match your speed and look kind of ridiculous, and I'm just like, I would really like to know.
I wish I had that one belt. It makes things so much better.
Belt
Perhaps
just makes everything more balanced.
I can inform Zeus of what happens. I know.
Rena will ride by Ophios and just be like, "Why don't you come with me?" And then she'll ride faster.
Ooh, it's a race.
Cool. Then we ride up. We ride forward.
Yeah, I don't know why Scott decided this would be a great time to leave.
He
Well, he thought
expected
that
you
you
guys
have
to
more
actually
RP.
talk.
So Josh, we've been trapped in this city for like 2 years now, huh?
We're about to be there.
different.
Don't worry.
Life is different
I think
now.
Chris Ellen could get it out of him. I
I do
believe in her.
too. I'm just trying to determine. I don't know anything about Elijah. I would say, I can't believe that she asked to see you, that she forgave you.
That's a miss, Doxy. That's a big miss.
That's a big
No.
miss. That's
Fuck.
a massive
Nope.
miss. It's the reverse.
Remember, I
reverse-
told you
Well,
they're
don't
not
tell her.
exes. I thought so, but they're not.
Come on, guys. Yeah,
Use
they're
the
not
Nuno
exes
reverse
and you just
card.
missed big.
She said something about how you're rivals, kind of. I couldn't get a lot out of her, I'll be honest.
Go fish, goddamn.
I'll be honest, I didn't get much.
That's good. Let's keep it that
Why
way.
are you so hesitant to tell me about things that I have done for you?
Why are you so persistent in knowing information that
Because
has
information
nothing to do with you?
is what I do.
Well, I don't feel like giving you information, okay?
The better I know you, the better I can assist you. The better I can assist you, the
What?
more likely we are to survive. I know
We'll
it
survive.
sounds ridiculous, but that is genuinely the truth.
We'll survive.
That's what he said about the undead's child's.
Nothing bad
Oh.
happened there.
He's not wrong. You survived. Or else wouldn't be standing here before me.
Riding.
Literally standing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Nessie's standing on his horse.
That's true. You know what?
Yeah, he's standing.
That's a fair point.
I mean, in
I
all
retract
honesty-
my statement.
He's
In
way
all
up
honesty,
here.
if you're
Chris
riding a
Allen's
horse,
looking like this, like
if you're riding a horse in
Just
full
tell me.
speed, you're not sitting back in the saddle. You're up in the stirrup.
That's true. You are pretty
So-
upright. That's very fair as well.
So
Listen, if I'm going to make a relationship happen with that kingdom, I need every piece of information I can get. If you're my new ally, I'd really like to know what kind of weak spot hits a man so hard that he can't even face a tiny little mousy girl. There are several reasons that I should know what happened.
No.
I wish Scott had been here to give us opposing roles to make.
There's no
I
really
think so.
opposing roles on this. Like, I can't say you roll a diplomacy check and he listens. That's not how it works when PCs are against each other. The best thing you could do is roll an empathy check to read some body language off of him. But his body language is pretty uncomfortable and it's pretty open as it is. So,
Then why did Tyler get to kick my thing?
because that's different. That's a physical thing. But when it comes to RP, opposing roles don't really work as much. You can't.
All right.
intimidate
I
another
won't be a
character
whiny
much.
baby. I won't be a
No,
whiny.
no, you're fine. It's just
Okay.
when you deal with PCs, the rules are different than when you deal with NPCs.
I'd
all right,
give you
Doxy,
a roll.
when I pull my sword out, you can kick it.
No, I'd
I
give
would
you a
not.
roll,
I would not
Doxy.
do that. Okay, what one?
It depends on how you frame the conversation, I guess. Are you still trying to just
I'm trying to
battleship a question
persuade
that
you.
triggers me?
I'm trying to persuade you to tell me. Well, first I was trying to trigger you. That did not work,
Okay.
so I switched to
Okay.
persuasion.
Okay.
So
Sure, roll me
persuasion.
one of those.
Or I could also try to bargain with you, try to be like, I'll tell you something deeply personal, but I expect you don't care.
I can't tell you which one of those would be better.
Okay.
But I'd let you do either one, honestly.
I'm gonna go with persuasion because I can re-roll it.
You bitch.
I'm gonna
Cheating.
re-roll it.
Stop the count.
It's worse. The unthinkable.
That sucks.
Hey, it
It's
flipped.
not even
I've
enough
been
to
rolling
flirt.
really bad tonight.
What on earth? I don't think I've ever seen you roll 2 persuasions in that low of a category before.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a persuasion, you can Oh, you did. Sorry.
I'm just not meant to know.
For now, yeah.
What was the DC that you were trying to set?
I don't know how these dice work, honestly.
We have
18 is max without bonuses.
Yeah.
So
My
the way it works
How do
is
bonuses work?
ready. I'm gonna read it to you really quickly, sir. Routine is 7, easy is 9, average is 11, challenging is 13, hard is 15, formidable is 17, imposing is 19, and nigh impossible is 21.
And
Dude,
I get
challenging.
nigh impossible sometimes. So let me tell you, these rolls are trash.
Just so you can understand, challenging would be something like a 16, 17 DC.
And what challenging was a 13 in your game?
Yeah, she hit challenging.
Okay. I'll feed you something small, but I gotta think.
Also, Doxy, you can use luck dice. Like you.
Hey,
I'm not gonna waste luck dice on this.
Waste luck dice. This is very important.
It's not a waste because
Yeah.
I need the information.
Yeah, it's actually.
I can get it.
Meta.
I
It's a
know
meta
that I
mechanic.
can
I'm
get-
telling you, meta. It's important.
I can get it out of Rena for sure if I get her more drunk when we get to our destination.
You won't have the time, like meta-wise.
fuck it, luck it, right? What's the motto here?
I'm
What
still
is the
gonna give you
motto
something
here,
small.
Doxy?
Even if I roll a 4 on my luck dice.
That's a pretty high jump. That brings you up to
That's 17.
formidable.
That's
Yeah, it's
that's-
formidable.
Yeah, that's like a 22 to 24 check DC.
Not for 5, yeah, I'd say 22. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you don't fuck it
I'm
luck it, I
doing
will give you
what-
something small. But
messing
if
with
you want
them.
to fuck it luck it, then I could possibly give you more details. Yeah.
But never gonna be less. No matter
luck
what.
roll?
Yeah, it'll be.
Yeah, you're only increasing.
Like you're not taking it away if
No,
I
no,
take luck. Okay.
Oh!
Of course you rolled
Oh,
a 4 on the luck
Of course,
side.
she rolls a 4.
There you go.
17 is like a 22 on in 5e. Yeah, that's
A 22.
yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Okay, so I guess just to role play it so it fits well with Elijah's character. So you've been kind of barraging him with questions and statements, and just he's already annoyed. You're probably annoying him more. You're definitely annoying him more. And he just breaks through one of your monologues that you've been going on about. Honestly, he kind of tuned you out for a while, and then when he tuned back in, you were still talking, and he was like,
And then
"Oh
she
my
was
God."
crying, like actually shoulder heaving,
Okay,
sobbing.
If I tell you something, will you please just let me ride in peace?
No, but I'll stop asking about Gwen. I told you I'd be honest. Here on out.
I feel like I deserve a little bit more than that. Sure. Fine. Gwen's family, more so her father, did some things in the military, and especially with us wizards, that I can't forgive him for. And she assisted.
I didn't even know you were a wizard.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Because you knew that he was wearing. He's a mistral.
Yeah, I'm wearing the
Okay.
mistral
Yeah.
clothes.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit, what was I saying? Hold on.
She assisted him.
Yeah. The family.
You can say the family's name. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah, I can't remember it. honestly.
Velmont,
The Velmont, like Belmont. That's right.
Yep.
Uh,
but with a V.
yeah, I know. The Velmonts ruined a lot of people's lives.
Doxy history check.
Okay.
It's like family history, whatever that skill is.
Including
Lore, cultural
mine.
It's just gonna be intelligence. for
Yeah,
me?
cultural lore. Yeah, it's intelligence.
Military, right?
How do I get off the ceiling?
So he says, including mine. I'll Doxy choose to luck that or not. You keep talking, Maxi. I was rude to you.
Okay. Is that enough now? Or we can just leave it alone?
I'd
Doxy,
really
before
like
you
to know.
respond, let me tell you who the Velvant family is. I can't remember the father's name off the top of my head at the moment. But he was a magical researcher who did like a lot of magical research for the crown of Amulta. He did a lot of magical research for the crown of Amulta for a long time. Unfortunately, his house burnt down. With him in it, he did not survive.
Okay.
Roll me an intelligence check really quickly, Doxy. Flat intelligence.
Okay. Woof.
I actually forgot about that part.
Don't worry about that. Never mind. Nothing else. By the way,
Okay.
he was in his house when it burned down. He's not alive anymore.
Okay. Oh, that
Do I know that?
researcher
that,
who
right?
died in the fire.
Yes. Mr. Velmont.
Did the fire have anything to do with the mistreatment of the people?
I hope so.
Do you hope so, or do you know so?
I hope so. I'm a ice mage. Not a fire mage.
I'm terribly sorry for annoying you.
It's fine. I just rather think about something else, if you don't mind.
Wow, I could have been like delighting you this whole time. If you would have just told me earlier. What do you want to talk about? I know so many things.
I meant, to myself. Think about other things to myself.
Cool, good luck, bye.
Doxy chat.
What is that symbol? Someone with the open mouth with a unibrow?
Look the other way. It's how
Someone
you.
with a halo.
Yeah, it's how you do.
Yeah, an angel. The innocent face.
Yeah. Welcome to the 90s.
I'm gonna go straight to Rena.
Okay. Rena's it's been a few hours. Rena's sobering up on the ride. It's not fun.
Right. So she's looking a little
So
miserable.
yeah, she's like half still drunk, half hungover. We all know that feeling. We've all woken up and had to get ready for work that way before. Except for Taylor.
Pinocchios is pestering Reno with questions.
She was on a ride, like listening.
Okay.
Answering, yes, no, no. What? No.
Yes, I believe Elijah wanted you. Up ahead.
What's force?
I don't know.
You better go talk to him.
I'll go to Elijah.
Away, snake.
I just
Selling.
hand you a water skin.
She'll take it, chug some water, and hand it back to
Cross
you.
horses.
I got a lot of information just now about the unpleasantness back there.
She'll shoot you a look, but soften a little. Still looking at you.
I understand that it just seems like I'm pestering you for no reason, but the more I know, the more I can help. And I know that I can't do anything to repair damage that happened in the past, but I can prevent further damage in the future, you see.
I'd say the less interaction we have to have with her, the better.
Okay. That's duly noted for the future.
It's gonna be tough, though.
Why do
Going to
people think
Amulta.
she's dead?
When?
Yeah.
That I don't know.
And what relationship exactly did she have with Elijah? I know about the father. I know about the fire. I know that it may have been an act of rebellion, but it wasn't by Elijah.
No, he'd never do that.
If you could just fill in a few gaps for me so that I can stop pestering him and let him think about other things.
She'll glance at Elijah. And
See
then
the back of
to
his
you.
head because he's way ahead of you now.
You're ahead of me? Oh, I thought you were behind us.
We've been
I thought
doing
that you.
circles.
I thought it was
We were
you
doing
21
two.
animal
circles around each
handling?
other.
How
Oh,
drunk
sorry.
He's actually just around you guys.
Right, I forgot you were standing and
Doing
going
a
around
different pose every
Yeah.
time he comes into our
us. An
field of
arabesque now
vision.
this time.
Like,
It's helping
one of
him think
these
about
boys.
different things.
Yeah.
One of these boys.
Yeah, leg out, everything. No, she'd look at him and then look back, and say, and he suffered needlessly without really knowing what he was getting himself into.
Did they trick him?
Like I said, he didn't know what he was getting himself into. And she didn't-
Complicit.
She'll nod.
I really wish I would have asked her side of the story. Not because I don't trust yours. Just because I know there's more information there.
The things that he had to deal with. Listen, I've been through some rough shit lately too, but well, I just don't forgive her for that, so.
Can you tell me what kind of things? So that I don't have to pester him to relive it.
I suppose if you promise not to bother him with it.
The more you give, the less I pester.
She'll look back to Elijah again. Is he still doing arabesques on his horse? Or does he shoot me a look?
He's doing like the Irish squat dance now.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's really impressive, actually. Wow.
Sorry, what was your question?
And
Was it
can-
what?
I did. She glanced at you. Did you notice or no?
Notice what? No.
Me glancing at you.
No.
Okay.
Well, probably because he, but no.
Just wondering if he's catching on or not.
He's just trying to get Ophios away.
Cool. Okay.
Throw a stick. He goes and fetches it.
I don't know the specifics. And honestly, I don't really feel like I should be telling you, but I don't sense that you're the kind of person to use this in a cruel way.
Let me put it to you this way. I have kept company with men who the previous night I had kept company with men who I knew were going to murder them. It's my job to keep secrets, Rena. It's a big part of my job. And knowing that information keeps me and people that I love alive. I feel like I'm gonna grow to love you. That's not holding you hostage either. That's just honest.
I know. You've been nothing but kind this whole time.
Also a part of my job, but the flirting was fun.
I just don't want anything to happen to him. You understand?
The more I know about this, the more I can make sure that your time with me ensures it doesn't.
Then I guess whatever if Elijah's riding ahead of them, she'll slow her horse down a bit,
I will match your pace.
but not too much, so it's not noticeable. They're just a little bit further back. I imagine you know that he's a mage or a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
He can use magic.
She nods at you and then does the I saw.
Yeah. Right. I don't use magic, so I wouldn't have picked up on that. Anyway, no, but the way that he came by that magic, I mean, that's where Gwen was involved, as far as I know.
I'm so sorry. Can you say that again?
The way that he came by that magic, that's where Gwen was involved, as far as I know.
She tortured it into him.
They did.
Okay.
It was experimental.
It was something he didn't want.
Something that he didn't know was going to be a factor. Of course, being the person he is, didn't exactly back down from it.
I know very little about the person that he is.
She'd chuckle and say, right, of course you wouldn't. Well, trust me, he wouldn't back down from it.
So they informed him that they were going to torture the magic into him, and he just said okay?
No.
Signed up for it, technically.
Kind of. He didn't really know what he was getting into.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's one of those things he signed up for, but he didn't know how extreme it would be.
Right, he's like, yeah, obviously it's gonna involve some, like, hard work and things like that, but, like, didn't exactly know I was signing up for torture, so, yeah, that kind of thing.
Ellen would know, because Lazo told her about how young they were training ages.
Okay.
Like, super young.
Okay. And
That's new,
he
but
was
yes.
He was a child.
He wasn't that young. The super young is a new thing, but go ahead.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was a good portion of his, adult life, I should suppose. I suppose.
And this haunts him. Okay. Does this work continue in the way that he received it?
I mean, I don't know what they're doing, but he's gone through, I suppose, every stage of it. He's a powerful wizard. The spells I've seen him use are, well, nothing like I've ever seen, and like I said, I don't know much about magic, so that could be saying nothing.
Rena, you've been a big help. And I'm going to return the help.
I appreciate it.
Me too.
She'll
I hand you the water skin back.
She'll take a big old, like, chug of that. Thanks for that. And wine is not hitting me the way that I would want it to.
The very next town that we get to is, well, our destination, but we'll find you some herbs.
She'll nod.
Welcome to Lascar. We have formed a new civilization here.
Yeah, how far are we, Scott?
I mean, again, it's a better part of a day with these very fast horses that you happen to be riding on because these are high quality Varan horses. You know what I mean? Derian horses technically, but trained Varan horses. So these are some high quality horses.
Did they torture the speed into them as ponies?
No.
Did they? Okay.
No. Varan's a good place.
I'm sorry. That was not an appropriate joke to make. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
I don't know why it would be a bad joke. Torturing horses is what we do here. That's not what we do here. No? Okay.
You're on your own, Scott. You hold no power.
Hold on, I have a background for this.
Oh, okay. Please show me.
It's gonna take me a second to find it.
There
we go.
By that.
Oh, everyone disliked that.
It's like correct.
It's very blurry though. It's hard to read. Everyone just like that's super blurry. But
Not blurry for me, but it's also not going over the internet.
well, it's okay. That's true. Fair enough. So it's probably just the size. Either way, so yeah, kind of moving away from you guys and down to them down below. I mean, they have a lot of stuff that they need to get done, but it is also 1:14 a.m. and I know some people do have to work tomorrow, so I don't want to push anybody further than we are. So we do kind of have to round it off here with the information Doxy got. Now, I imagine Crystalline is, of course, when she meets up with the other two, going to kind of inform them of pretty much everything she was able to obtain. So, I do want to thank the whole crew for coming by for this wonderful crossover. And I do want to point out that tomorrow there will be a crossover again with these two campaigns, continuing it on as they finish up their tasks here. But there will be missing one PC because she runs her own Dungeons and Dragons stream on Friday nights, starting around the same time and ending around the same time.
This is the first time hearing about this, and I can't.
Because I never asked you because I wouldn't presume to ask you to cancel. So that's why I let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. It's important because she won't be here tomorrow. So I'm sure you fill in the other two and they can try to extrapolate anything else if they care to do so with the information they have. But I imagine you inform the two of them of details. Otherwise...
I also repeat the spell incantation to Laszlo and ask him what he knows about it and about Gwen.
Oh, I know nothing. It had nothing to do with the spell. It had to do with her.
Oh.
It has to do with everything else.
Okay.
Josh IRL knows, but
okay.
In game nobody knows. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, since we're wrapping up the session for the night, and to be continued literally tomorrow, since we're wrapping up the session for the night, why don't we do the rounds table with who people are, how we can find them. We're going to do like every other. So we'll start with the inside and work our way out. And since she's not here tomorrow, we'll do Doxy first, then Rena, and so on. Doxy, who are you? How can we find you? Why do we care? And why am I salivating?
Hi, I'm Zero Doxy. You are salivating because you have a naked picture of yourself behind you. I am at twitch.tv/ZER0DOXY, twitter.com/ZER0DOXY because I switched it. I finally switched it and it was so painless. Anyway, I do tabletop content on most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, a bunch of bonus streams in between, and we do reruns like all the time to get people caught up on stuff that we've been doing. We just wrapped up our Theros campaign, which had Tyler and Messi. It was really fucking good, and the ending to it was one of my favorite finales I've ever played in, so I implore you to go and check it out. Other than that, I got nothing else. Except a fart gun somewhere. Yeah, here it is.
That's a nice setup for Rena. Rena, she's cleared the way.
What an
for
entrance!
She's hungover.
Jeez, what is no?
Here's the alien.
Okay.
Messi's gore is just—it's everywhere.
God, I can't. It's in my mouth. Oh God. All right. Well, I'm Rena the Destroyer. You guys know me. I am a Friday streamer here on Twitch. I am in a lot of D&D games. Got the Witcher campaign coming up on Wednesday. Messi finally gets to play next week. Finally. We have tomorrow, which I'm excited for. It's pretty great. Got to play 3 times this week. I also started Genshin Impact, which is super fun and definitely not addicting at all. Haha, whatsoever. Anyway. No, you can find me at Rena the Destroyer here on Twitch, pretty much everywhere else, and Rena Destroyer at Twitter. Please make sure you follow everyone else here because they're lovely, lovely people, and I love them. And yeah, they deserve it. And buy Tyler's merch. Okay, bye.
Next up would be Oscar, the person that spoke the second least this entire session.
Hello. I'm Will. You can find me at Will Ingram pretty much anywhere. The main thing I'm doing online right now is I am working with some friends building a board game called Schism. The company is Arcanist Entertainment. You can find us at arcanistentertainment.com. We are making this game. Schism. This is the first one. It's Immolation of Oathensfer. It's the first starter set. Contains 8 miniatures, a bunch of dice, and some tiles. So you can play our fast-paced tabletop skirmisher, which is meant to be an introduction between strategy games, kind of like Risk and Catan, into kind of more wargaming games like Warhammer, without any of the intimidating rules or difficult to learn and difficult to stomach costs. So it's it's fun. We're going to be looking at early 2021 launch. That's the main thing that I'm doing right now. Other than that, really, I guess you should listen to other people because they're going to be more interesting than me today.
Listen, I'm just excited for when you finally mail that to me on the 5th week of November. Tyler, the person who actually spoke the least tonight. Hi, Tyler. I miss you, buddy. How are you?
Hi. I'm a baby.
Hey, baby.
That's what I felt like I was being.
Hey, baby.
Hi, it's me. I'm Tyler. You can find me on twitch.tv/apocalypto_12 or on Twitter and YouTube, apocalypto12. You can also search Tyler Scheid. All that stuff pops up. Search for my social. If you want to know what's going on in my life and everything like that, follow me on Twitter. That's the key thing. I'll let you know where I am, what I'm doing all the time, whether it's over on Doxy's channel when we were doing the Theros campaign, here on Regicide, and what today I have officially dubbed Thronocide. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow here on this channel. Why is it Ofu? Anyway.
Because you literally said.
You said I'm baby.
I'm
So you
baby.
ofu.
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 Anyway, so yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and all that stuff. My life has been hectic lately. Please check out my merch if you want to check it out. It's cool and fun and yeah, quality stuff. But cool. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. If you like wine too, you can buy some delicious wine at ScheidVineyards.com. Not sponsored, but am distantly related.
I heard
What
I
we
heard
were
it was-
drinking tonight in the castle.
I heard it was kind of shiny wine, though.
You understand what Scheid means in German?
I know what Scheiße means.
Well,
It's a
Scheiße,
different
yes.
word. Oh, it's
Very
different.
different.
Entirely
Very
different
different.
words.
Very
Entirely.
different.
What does Scheid mean?
Technically means protector of the sword or sheath.
Well, there you go. It's shiny wine. Gonna protect that sheath.
Protect the sword.
That's right.
What?
And next up is going to be, I mean, it should be Laszlo, but I mean, honestly, they're both just messy. Fine, Laszlo.
Yes.
It is your night.
I am Throne Keeper's generic version of messy. You can find I'm a funny one. I'm a variety streamer. You can find me on my channel. I haven't been streaming much this week because I moved, but I have actual internet. It's nice not to see you guys turn into robots occasionally. So that's
pretty good.
Yeah, that's me. So check out my channel. I play right now. I'm playing games. I will be starting up a Star Trek RPG tabletop game. If you guys like Star Trek, make it so. And also a D&D in my homebrew world, Broken Shard. But check me out if you get a chance. Now to the main, the star, the real messy,
hi.
original, the not. No one's here for you.
I know.
Messy.
Trust me, I know.
Please.
God,
Thanks,
messy.
Josh. What an intro, honestly.
It could
I
be a
feel like
fart gun.
Intro's better than the content just in general that we've seen here today, especially from what I produce too. So I appreciate that, Josh. You're really the star of the show today. By introducing me, you've become number one. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter like at the unfunny one. You can find me there. I play Thursday nights in Throne Keeper, and you can follow me on whatever Twitch I have. Thanks. That's it.
Okay. And I will just finish off with Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, Lost Initiative. Go there. It'd be fun. It's good stuff. Thank you guys so much for the crossover. I truly appreciate it. I love seeing the teams get together. Watching some of the RP that we saw between the different cast members has been awesome. We got a lot of focus on the ladies this time. I wish we could have gotten a little bit more of Chris Ellen with the other two, but it made more sense for the ones that we got. And I'm looking forward to see the other RP we have next time, where Rena's character gets to be a little bit hungover. So she'll be there in role-playing, but she'll be one of the quieter ones, and it gives the other 4 that opportunity to shine. Doxy's not here stealing that spotlight. Yeah, look at that. So much spotlight. It's fucking glowing behind her. Everybody have yourself a great night, and see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Doxy, I'm gonna need a picture from you to put in your to put inside your empty slot.
Take a screenshot, babe. Let's go.
All right, hold on one sec. We gotta find somebody to raid. Who are you gonna raid? Let me look and see who's streaming right now. Who are you gonna raid, guys?
Music as Code is live.
I have someone playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, Baldur's Gate 3. Who is it?
Lunchbox.
Spell it out.
L-U-N.
Oh, I like Lunchbox.
L-U-N-Ch? Wait, B-A-U-K-S?
You got it.
B-A-U-K-S.
B-A-U-K-S, yeah.
Let's go
Lunchbox.
raid Lunchbox. I love that name. I won't lie. We gotta raid.
I've met him IRL. He's
The name is
so freaking
Lunchbox.
cool.
That's a fucking cool name.
Yeah,
Let's
he's
go raid
cool.
him.
It's-
Hey, everybody,
so
know,
cool.
just so everybody in chat, because you guys can still hear us, just so everybody knows, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, as well as the Icewind Dale games, which are Icewind Dale's the music that I typically play on Friday nights. Those games are literally where I got when I cast spells and I say the words Vita Mortis. That literally comes from those games, so they're awesome. Totally check out those games. Check out Lunchbox. Check out your box. It's always good to know what's going on down there. This has been our PSA for the evening. Good night.
Take care of yourselves, folks.
Joey, tell Britt